Good day, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Good day.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Welcome. Good afternoon. Yes, welcome to today's onboarding section. We are glad to have you guys here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for keeping to time. Very soon we'll be starting. So please, you are encouraged to open your, turn on your video. You're encouraged to turn on your video. Please do that if you can. We would like to know our mentees and know who we are relating with. So if you are in a position to please do that. Thank you so much, Mr. Brian Chukwu Chibueze. And thank you, Infunaya. Thank you, Best. Thank you for joining. Okay, welcome to today's mentorship. Welcome to today's onboarding section. Very soon we'll be commencing. Thank you very much. I'm coming, please give me a minute. Okay, so this is the fourth quarter for our mentorship program in 2023. We've had 3 quarters already this year, and we've done that successfully. So we're about to kickstart our 4th quarter, and this is, I would say in my own words, this is our first section. Classes will be officially starting on the 6th, right? On Thursday, right? Classes will be starting officially on the 4th, on Thursday, with entertainment, business, and law. So before that, let's get into what we have for today proper. Okay. Before anything, I would like to talk about the mentorship program. You have it here on the screen, right? I would just like to talk about the program you registered for, our objectives, what we want to accomplish. So I'll start by saying, Jiipcc, about the program, Jiipcc Mentorship and Internship Program is a quarterly mentorship program for students and young professionals across Africa. Mentees are afforded the opportunities to access valuable advice, training, networks, mentorship, internship, discussion forums, industry updates, and resource materials from experienced mentors. The program seeks to encourage continuous training, development, and evolution in Nigeria, Africa, and around the world. You can watch our videos by searching for Jiipcc on YouTube and Facebook. Yes, we have Jiipcc is on several social media networks. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. This section is currently live streamed. So after the whole program, you can go back to YouTube, just search for Jiipcc, Jiipcc. Once you click the search button, you can enter into the meeting, and you can get access to our videos. You can also find us on LinkedIn at Jiipcc, JII at Jiipcc, JIIPCC. Also, we're on Twitter, and we're also on Instagram. So you can find us on all those channels. I know some of you got access to the program through some of our social media platforms. So please, you are still encouraged to go back to those platforms, to those channels, and see some of what we do, right? So our objectives for the program, our objectives for the Jiipcc program, like our objective for the mentorship and internship programs are: 1, to provide easy access, guidance, training, and resource materials for students and young professionals in Africa. right? That is our first objective, to provide easy access, guidance, training, and resource materials for students and young professionals in Africa. Second, our second objective is to facilitate dialogues and networks among experienced and least experienced practitioners and stakeholders. Tied to this mentorship program, we have a lot of students. We have mentored about 600 students since the inception of the program, and we've had all kinds of people on the mentorship program, people who have gone high in the area of their careers. They have developed themselves, right? And they are looking to build more knowledge. And we also have people who are just trying to start up. So we have this set of people, and we give you the opportunity to interact all together, because under this program, everybody is equal, right? We are all students under the mentorship program. So our third objective is to transform mentees into mentors and leaders for the next generation. Eventually, what we hope to achieve is the mentees that we train here, as they come across our materials and interact with people who have developed themselves in their own fields and in their own areas, they too can eventually become mentors. They too can become mentors. The idea is to develop transformation agents, right? Transformative agents. So, and our last objective is to facilitate further mentorship, internship, scholarship, job placements for mentees. As a result of the program so far, we've had testimonies from a few mentees. If you go to our LinkedIn page, we continuously post testimonies almost week after week about students who have gone through the mentorship program. Some of them have gotten scholarship based on our recommendations. They've had access to job placements, and further internship. So these are some of the things the Jiipcc programs avail and offers you. So back to today's meeting. I want to thank you again for joining us. Thank you for choosing Jiipcc. I know it's going to be a wild experience. The next 7 weeks, the program is supposed to last for the next 7 weeks, and for the next 7 weeks, you are going to come across so much. I promise you, the program is going to be rich. It's going to have a lot of content that you can relate to, right? And you can also have the access to network with people, right? People in their own fields, in their own class. So irrespective of where you are currently, whether if you are a student, whether if you are already in career, you can learn so much from the platform, because you just don't have access to mentors. You also have access to mentees. I want to use this opportunity and say thank you to our mentees again, because this week we gave assignments, the first task for the week, and I can clearly see that majority of the groups are up and doing with their tasks. They are on their tasks, and I like the progress you guys are making. And I want to say well done and thank you for choosing Jiipcc again. Right, going ahead, we would like to have a little question and answer section. Right, we want to have a little question and answer section. So I know some of you are here, you have questions about the program. There are certain things you don't understand. Some of you have not had the opportunity to get like a real brief about what Jiipcc or what the mentorship program is about. And I want to give you guys the chance to do that if you can. I believe some of my colleagues are also here. So any question I cannot answer, I would try to refer it back to them. We have some of our colleagues. I can see Amina on the call, right? Amina is our communication officer. She's also here. So any question that I cannot, or I may not necessarily be able to give an adequate, or maybe the answer I am giving is not necessarily adequate, I can just we can refer the question back to her, and I'm sure she will do due diligence. All right, so it's question and answer section. Yes, I can also see Mr. Hussein. Mr. Hussein is also a staff with us here at Jiipcc. He too will join in this question and answer section. Please, if you have any questions, this is the grounds. We have 20 minutes for this question and answer section. So please, if there's any question on your mind, anything that you are not clear about with, please, this is your chance. You can go ahead and ask your question. Thank you very much. So is there any question, anything that you want to say, or any contribution, any observation you have made, any complaints? Because
somebody's hand is raised, so I think you should start by calling the person. Okay. Thank you. Okay, somebody's hand is raised, so you can start by calling the person.
Grace, I can see your hand raised. Yes, you can turn on your camera and ask your question. Go ahead, please.
Exactly. Yeah. Because we talk money. Keep quiet.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so can you hear me, please?
I hear you.
Okay, so my question is on the mentorship sessions, like when after the registration, there was a point where we were asked to fill a Google Docs form for to select our mentors, I guess, and then we're asked to I intended to actually ask this on the group, but I didn't know who to ask. I wanted to ask Mr. Williams, yes, because he was the one dropping the information. But then since you said it's question and answer time, I'll just ask it here. So there was a point where we filled a Google Docs form to select our mentors. Then we're asked to send receipt and all to a particular mail. So yes, I had not gotten a reply for the mail that I had earlier sent. So I don't know if there's going to. Then also I want to know how the special mentorship sessions will go. Is it that there is a specific day or time when you would have to speak to your mentor alone or something like that? So I want to be clear on how the private, I guess that's the word, mentorship sessions would be like.
Okay, thank you for your question, Grace. Firstly, I think I should apologize for, some of the mails. We get mails constantly, and we try to answer as much mails as we can. So maybe as a result of trying to go through the mails and answer them, we may have skipped a few, maybe one or two. We are very sorry about that. And as for the private mentorship, you choosing mentors, as you continue with the programs, you will get to meet your mentors. Our goal as Jiipcc is to connect you, the mentees, with the mentors. So we bring you side by side top professionals in their fields, right? And they get to mentor you. As a result of the program, after you have gone through the program, there's a space for, on the welcome message I sent, there's a space to fill in that private mentorship form. When you fill that private mentorship form, there's a small fee attached to it, because this program is designed first and foremost under a group setting. For a group setting, it is designed for you to work as a team with your team members while you together meet your mentors. But it also gives you the opportunity to also have a private section with your mentors, your favorite mentors. That is the word, favorite mentors. So as you go through the program, right, there will be mentors that obviously you may have in terms of preference. You may like, what's the areas they have developed in. So those mentors that are your favorite mentors, right, as the program continues, you can fill that private mentorship form, and then we'll give you the opportunity after the close of this particular quarter for you to have private mentorship sections with them. So have I answered the question?
In a way, yes. So for I don't know if I'm the only one that have done that, but I believe some other persons would have also made the payment already. So for those of us that have already like done the payments before we even get to meet them or get to see them, talk about their field, like how what's going to be done about it? Like, yeah, does it still stand? I mean, since we've already done the payment.
Yes, it does still stand, right? It does still stand. Okay. We will go through it and then we'll sort out those who have paid for the private mentorship class. And then those mentors that you eventually choose as your favorite mentors, we will send your names to them so that you can have private sections with them. I can see two other people raising their hands. Mr. Aji Michael, please, this is your chance. Please, you can go ahead and ask your question.
All right, thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Jiipcc for this opportunity. And went through your objectives and the reason why we're doing this, I think is very important. And I'm happy to be here. My question is in respect of the tax that is allocated to all the groups. I think in one of your information, you said that everybody is to write an article at the end of every week. So I was a bit confused. Is it that every member of the group is going to write an article, or is just a particular person that will write an article at the end of the week?
Okay. Answering this question, when you go through the responsibilities, the way we tagged people to the responsibilities, you can clearly see that there were those who were tagged to the presentation specifically, to work on the presentation specifically. The group leader, that's the person who creates the group, coordinates the activities in the group, and make sure everybody is about their business and eventually submits the presentation. And then you have the compiler, the person, after you guys as a group have done the tags, like done the presentation, the person will compile the work, and then eventually you have the presenter and then the backup presenter. The presenter, first and foremost, the work of the presenter, every class, every section you have, like during your classes, you guys are going to make a presentation, right? 7 to 10 minutes presentation on the work you have done. So that presentation you do, your presenter is the one that is going to handle it. And because of the fact that this is a virtual space and there are going to be like likelihoods of network glitches and the rest and the likes. So there's also a backup presenter for the person to take up that role. So after minus the work of those working on the presenters, we have those who are working on articles, right? We tagged them. If you go through the list of responsibilities, some were tagged to write articles. Those who were tagged to write articles are the ones that are going to write the articles. Not everybody on the group. Not everybody on the group is going to write an article. Just those that are tagged to write an article, right, are the ones that will write the article. Right. So that is it. Weekly, the roles will be changing. So if you write an article this week, you may not necessarily write an article next week. You may be given another responsibility, another task to carry out within the rules of the presentation. So that's how the circle is going to be, though you all are given the opportunity to work together as a team. So even though you are writing an article, you can still make contributions, you can still give suggestions, because this is a group work, right? You are writing the article individually. For those who are writing articles, they are doing it individually, but they can make contributions to their group. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, I think to a reasonable extent, I think you've answered my question. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. I can see Abimbola's hand up. Please, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. So my question is, I registered for the AI, artificial intelligence and technology, and
Okay.
I discovered that I cannot, because the one I saw is not, I think is not the one I'm supposed to join. It's showing like masters. So I asked Mr. Williams and he said I should wait till on Saturday so that I can ask
Okay.
about what I should do.
Okay, so you said you registered, it was AI you registered for, right?
Yes.
So which group are you currently in?
I also registered for data privacy and protection.
Okay.
So
Okay, so sorry, we'll be adding you, I'll be adding you also to the AI group. I'm sorry, but I wanted to confirm because from my end, I could only see the data privacy and protection course that you registered for. So I will add you also, I will go through my list again and I will add you to the AI group. So sorry about that.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's fine. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, all right. So Tureya, please, you can go ahead and ask your question. Yes, Tureya, we can hear you. Sorry, we can't hear you. Please, can you unmute your speaker?
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Please go ahead with
I wanted to know if our classes would be scheduled for weekends alone.
Sorry, I didn't question.
To have classes week, right?
Okay. Your classes scheduled. Okay, if I get your question correctly, you asked if how many classes do you have? Yeah, okay. If that's your question, because it seems like you're having a little network issue. If that is your question, weekly stated in the offer letter, each class is supposed to be for 2 hours. It's supposed to be for 2 hours weekly. So you're going to have a single class weekly, hours class weekly. So if you have, for instance, yeah, like entertainment business and law, those who register for entertainment business and law, yeah, they will be the ones first class, and your first class is going to be on Thursday by 4 p.m. So when it's Thursday, 4 p.m., and they start their class every Thursday for the next 5 weeks, their class will hold around that time. So for the next 4 weeks, for the next 5 weeks, I mean, by that time, Thursday, 4 p.m., they will be having their class 2 hours weekly. The same goes for every other class. You should pay attention to the dates that is on the offer letter, right? Those dates, those dates rather, right, are the days your classes are going to be commencing, and it's going to follow that progression. For instance, if you registered for data privacy and protection and the class is supposed to be on Saturday, I think the class is on Saturday by 2 p.m. Every Saturday by 2 p.m. for the next 5 weeks, you'll be having your data privacy and protection class. So you are supposed to just set that day apart. Since you have registered for the course, we encourage you guys to show commitment to always be available for classes. So when 5 minutes to the time for your class, since you already know it's 2 p.m. every week, you can just join, right? So I hope I answer your question. Yeah, I can see. Okay, I will just take the next 2 questions and that will be all. Jemima, please, can you go ahead with your question?
Good afternoon, everybody.
So, good afternoon.
I registered the 4th quarter internship and mentorship program, and on my offer letter, I saw that my class starts on Friday, the 6th of October, but we're required, there's a part that I saw that we're required to submit a group presentation by Tuesday. Yes, by
Wednesday.
by Monday, rather.
Wednesday. Wednesday. The submission date is Wednesday. Okay, please, you can go ahead. We can hear you. Hello. Okay, while we're waiting for Jemima to get back with her questions, the guy using Techno Spark 5 Pro, please, can you ask your question?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
So I have two questions. Firstly, I would like to know if the topic we are going to prepare a PowerPoint on is the same topic we are writing an article about.
Okay.
The second one is the documents. Sorry. The document for the private mentorship program, I didn't receive anything like that. I just got an offer letter and that's all.
Okay, so let me try my best to answer your question. So for the topic that you are going to be writing an article on is the same topic you are going to be making a presentation on. You know, it's just basically the same thing. There's no special, it's not like there's no separate topic. Everybody is supposed to do the tasks around the topic, and that topic that is given to you is the topic for the week. So when you are going to be having your class, that's that same topic that you are working on as presentation and you are working on as articles. That's the same topic that you are going to that's the same topic you are going to be having a class on. So the reason for the presentations and the article is to give you like a foreknowledge into what you are going to be experiencing during your class, so that you can also generate questions, as you work on the tasks, the articles, and the presentation. Obviously, there will be maybe one or two questions you may have. You are supposed to take down that questions as a group, send it to us, and then we will send it to the mentors. And I'll send a message to your different groups about that. You are supposed to develop two questions from the assignments that you have been given, from the presentation work and the articles. Any question you get, as a group, you are supposed to get those questions down and send it to us. From that two questions, we'll send those two questions to the mentors, and they will answer the questions during this class that you are supposed to have. So hope that is clear. And for the private class, if you check the welcome message, the link to register for the private class is there. It's there. It's not on the offer letter, but it's on the link. It's on the welcome message link page. Rather, it's on the welcome message itself. Sorry for the mixed words. So please, can I just have more people ask their question? Jemima, please, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Sorry, I suffered network glitch.
Yeah, all right. Please go ahead.
My class is supposed to commence on the 6th of October, but in my offer letter, I saw that we're supposed to submit a group presentation by 2nd of October, and we've not had any session. And you just made mention of a welcome message. I was added to the group chat this morning, so I didn't get to see any welcome message on the group chat. So I guess my question is, are we going to have like a session before our classes commence on Friday so that we'll be able to submit the group presentation by the 2nd of October, or does that not apply to our class?
It applies to every class, actually. The welcome message, I added you to the group this morning, and I was supposed to send a private message to you, sending the welcome message, because I don't want to have to resend message every time someone new is added to the group. So I many times just go straight to the DMs, like enter your DM and send the message there so that you can go through the message and then I assign a task. But I have been a bit busy today, so I've not been able to do that. But I will make sure that I do that and I send the questions to you and also send the welcome message to you to go through. Sorry about that. So let me take one last question from Mr. Tijani Abdul Karim. Please, you can go ahead with your question.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for taking us through. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Well, mine is just a prayer or a suggestion, if I can say. I've been thinking, well, why Jiipcc restrict the program in the week in the why not restrict the program in the weekends only? Well, I'm feeling that it'd be more convenient and people can have bigger opportunities of joining the program. Maybe I'm saying this because I was initially intended to join the AI program. But when I look at the timetable in that form that we've signed, I noticed that the program should be holding every Friday. And that may not be convenient because I'll be at workplace and things like that. I may not be able to meet up. And it is the program I have in my mind, honestly. But I don't have any other alternative rather to change the preferred program to another one, which is not the preferred one. So I urge you, if this can be possible, maybe in the next program, to see how that can be possible. I think this is my suggestion.
Okay, thank you for your suggestion, but I would like to say something about it. You know, the reason why we have the program like this, we put it mostly around the weekends. The truth of the matter is, we cannot altogether set a time that could be convenient for everyone. If we were to take, like, how I put it, a poll, and I was to ask everyone here to state the time that would be best for you to attend, or that will be most convenient for you to have your class, I'm sure we'll get tons of answers. This time is not convenient. This time is more convenient. The reason why we do it like this is because we expect that majority of the populace, right, should be available on the weekend. So should be available on the weekend. So please, it's not something that we can, let's say, necessarily play around, because we are considering the majority of the people who are here. Most of their free times will be on the weekends. And it's not just you we are considering, we're also considering the mentors. We have a lot of working class people who work from Mondays to Fridays, and they are more free on Saturdays, the weekends. So please, you will have to bear with us. We will also look into it to see if we can get a bit more flexible for everyone. And I think that is basically it for the question and answer. Thank you guys for asking your questions. I appreciate you guys. And we'll be moving on to the next thing. And it's well stated on the message I sent about the Zoom meeting.
I'm sorry, Dennis. Before you go forward,
okay?
I just want to chip in for a few moments.
All right.
Today's session is all about taking questions from our mentees, so I don't think there should be a limitation. We expect to receive questions from everyone on the call. So if you haven't asked any questions, there's always time for you to ask questions. The time for the meeting is unlimited, so until we take all the questions today before we end the meeting. So thank you very much as we move forward.
All right. So
yeah, good afternoon, gents. Hussein and the Jiipcc team.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to everyone. glad to see your faces again, and I see a lot of mentees coming on board. So Hussein, I agree with what you have said. I know we have a few things we want to pass to them, so I think they can continue to take questions because it's very important. A lot of them have questions to ask. Few of them might not be bold enough to ask the questions. They can send them as emails. But I mean, as per the schedule they have, we can go ahead. I mean, I know I have a few minutes just to charge them up, and we can take that charge and then you go back again to question and answers.
Question and answers. Okay, sir.
So I think we can work it that way, just so that everybody has a conducive environment to air their views. It's very, very important. Their views are very important. We want to satisfy everybody in Jiipcc. Everybody is quite important. So for those that are not able to make those comments here, the emails will be shared where you can go ahead to ask those questions, or you can reach out to Hussein or to the other chap, and then we're able to take it. So I think I just needed to add that so that everybody is able to give their clarification. I hope that works for you.
Yes, sir.
So
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much.
All right. To take more questions, Mr. Alimi Tohid, please go ahead. I can hear you. We can go ahead with your question.
Okay, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. My question is, as I have seen from the offer letter, my class for the FinTech Mentee and Internship program is supposed to start by 7th of October, and we are to submit a group presentation on the 2nd of October. And I've not seen any action as to the grouping of the students or the assigning of topics. So maybe for us to help us prepare well for the group presentation and all. So that's my question, sir.
I think except probably I didn't, I will check with you again. Sorry, I did post the group topic and others on the individual groups that you guys are on. I did post the questions, I did assign responsibilities, and I did all that. And some people, I did that in their private DMs. I went to their private DMs and I sent them private messages telling them their tasks and the likes. So if I've not done that for you, I'm very sorry. Please, you can send me a message if you've not received or if you've not been added to any group for your weekly assignments. Please send me a message stating that. I'm very sorry about that. So please, can we have Adana Nwauko? Cool. Sorry for pronouncing the name.
No problem. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. We can hear you.
I don't know, I'm having an issue and I just want you to just put me on track, because from the message that I saw on WhatsApp, sir, I know we're supposed to do both a group assignment and then write article. So I'm confused as to the order of for artificial intelligence and technology, because I thought the first that would be assignment, or really give assignment for mentorship. So I don't know in order, because even part of what I read was that while writing article, we should try and consult persons to look through, check where we make mistakes, or maybe pointers that because whatever that we write posted at the social media platform. All of this is not really agreeing with me very well. I just want you to put me in place as to why the message came that way. I was thinking, okay, maybe the assignment is just to test our skills, to test the level of knowledge that we know about AI, and then judge it from there. But the issue of us saying, okay, we should ensure we consult other people and know before they now post it, that whatever that we write is what will be posted, is now what got me confused. So please just put me in order. Thank you.
All right, let me take that question, Mr. Dennis.
Okay.
Right. Thank you very much, Adana, for asking that question. So, as we all know, when you are being grouped, there's a group leader, and there's a group members on the group. So you are all required to have a private group where you guys discuss on the topic. Everybody make research. Everybody come together with their ideas, with everything you know, and including references from where you get all the information to create a perfect PowerPoint presentation. That's for the PowerPoint presentation. You are doing it as a group. While the article is to test your writing skills. So if you are assigned to write an article, you are supposed to write your article. After writing your article, you can send your article documents to your private group where your group members are, to ask your group members to help you check for grammatical error and for any mistakes. That's what that message meant, that you send your article to your private group here, that your discussion group, to enable your group members. Some of your group members are more learned than you. Some of them are professional writers. Some of them are like in higher places than you. So some of them has more research skills than you. So some of them can just make corrections. Some of them can make recommendation on where you can find information to write your article. So while you are writing your article, the requirements for your article, I think there's a format for the article, and the most requirement on it is, the most important requirement on it is the reference. Your article won't be posted if there is no reference. I believe that's what that message meant. The article won't be posted if there is no reference. But for the PowerPoint presentation, it's you guys come to the meeting during the week when our mentors are around to make your PowerPoint presentation. The mentors are on the call and they're listening to your PowerPoint presentation. On that call, you also get to get corrections. That's the whole group will be corrected, because we take that any presentation you guys are submitting is the work of the whole group. So if there's a mistake on it that any of our mentors sees, the mentor make the correction to the whole group. So everyone on the call is listening to the mentor making the correction. So you guys take the correction and make your next PowerPoint presentation better than the last one. I don't know if I have answered your question correctly.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah. So the next question, Dennis, I think you can, after the next question, you can just move on with the agenda. Then we'll come back to more questions.
Okay. So the next question, I can see Mr. Oluwabinga. Right, you are raising your hand. Please, can you go ahead with your question?
Good day, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So I'd like to ask a question about the referencing part that was mentioned. What referencing style are we to work with in during the course of our writing task? Is it APA or
Either of the referencing style works for us.
Okay. All right. Thank you then.
All right. Ms. Ifunaya, please, you can go ahead with your questions. With your question.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Okay, I want to ask, is there a word count for the article we're supposed to write? Are we working with a word count?
No, you count particular restriction onto how many words you are supposed to use during while you are writing your article. But we would want you to write to show an in-depthness in knowledge, right? Based on the work you have researched on. We want you to give details, accurate details, right? We want you to do due diligence while you are writing your articles. So you can write as many pages as you want. That is not necessarily a problem. And I hope I answered that question.
Yes, you did. Thank you, sir.
All right. So okay, before we go to the next before we ask the next two questions, I can still see two people's hands up. I would like to show you guys how to share your screen while you are working, while you are presenting on the day of your class. Like we said, every class you guys will have a presentation that you will make. You've been grouped, and based on your group, you'll be called upon to make the presentation. We assign tasks to both the presenter and the backup presenter. So in a case where the presenter may not be able to do that, we will call on the backup presenter to make presentations. So we'd like to just go ahead and show you guys how to share your screen, because we expect you to use your PowerPoint presentation to make your presentation while on the class. So we'll just go ahead and do that. If you go through the options on the Zoom platform itself, you will see a place for share. I know some of you are already familiar with this routine because you've used Zoom very well before. You've attended classes and the likes on Zoom. But we're doing this for people who have no significant experience doing this, because like we said, tasks and rules will be rotated weekly. We want everyone to, we do not want a scenario where people hide in the background, because there are a lot of people who come to channels and spaces like this and they want to hide in the background. So we'll keep rotating tasks and so that everybody gets to contribute. You are probably a professional in your area. You have a form of knowledge that other people may not necessarily have, and we want everyone to benefit from your wellspring of knowledge. So we'll just show you guys how to do that, how to make presentations. So you can see there's a share button on the Zoom platform itself. If you scroll through that share button, there's also a space for share screen. I don't know if it's the same with every phone, but I think it gives the option to share your screen. So when you are on share screen, you just click on it, right? And then you go to what exactly you'll be sharing. So I have the PowerPoint presentation here, the ones I sent to your groups as an example for how your PowerPoint presentation should look like. So this one is a topic on utilizing artificial intelligence, AI, to solve socioeconomic challenges. It was done by Jiipcc AI Group 1 by a previous, what would I say now? A previous quarter. So this was their AI presentation, their presentation on AI, and when you introduce the topic, you just go ahead and scroll through them and scroll through anything while you make your presentation. You try as much as possible. You can also zoom it in so that people can see what you are doing, what you are presenting, your points that you are trying to make. You just do that. So you scroll through your points. You try as much as possible to explain them. We don't want you to exactly read, like you are telling us a story. We want you to show that you've done your work, you made the research, and you are just carrying out the presentation. Each presentation, like I've said before, is supposed to be for 7 to 10 minutes. So that's how you go through presentations. You just scroll through, and that's for that. So that's for that. And also, we also told you, like I said earlier, we are on different social media platforms. Part of what you are required to do as mentees is to make uploads on some of what you have done. Like during classes, you'll be required to take screenshots. We will take what we call pictures. We take pictures, and for every class, we take pictures. And when we take pictures, pictures are just generally us taking screenshots of the platforms and the number of people that are on the call. So we all want you guys to always make sure your video is turned on, right? We want to know the people we are interacting with. We want to know that, okay, this is not just, you are not just whiling away time here. We want to see you actively engaged in the program. And so while you are screening, or while we take the screenshots, we'll send it to the group and to your groups, and you guys are supposed to make uploads. And when you guys make the uploads, you are supposed to tag Jiipcc. So whether if you are on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, LinkedIn, anytime you have the opportunity, you are just supposed to make an upload and tag us. Just tag us at Jiipcc. So that's basically that. So next, I would like us to go to the next thing on our agenda before we get to more questions, because I feel like there's still quite a lot, and I would like to call on Mr. Oke Ogene. Mr. Oke Ogene is a mentor. Mr. Oke Ogene is a mentor who also happens to be a mentee on this program. He's a mentor in the energy industry, right? And he's a mentee on the intellectual property platform. So, this is how much of value he places on the program, that he chose not just to participate as one of our mentors, he's also a mentee, right? Mr. Oke Ogene is a top-tier oil, gas, and energy professional whose experience spans the upstream, midstream, and downstream. Sorry about that. Upstream, midstream, and downstream sector. He is driven by academics, market research, and work training experience, which is reflective in this professional experience and education. He graduated from the University of Science and Technology, where he started his career in mechanical engineering. This followed with several master's degrees in project management, subsea engineering, and an MBA from schools in the United Kingdom and Rwanda. His oil and gas career took flight when he joined Talon's Subsea Limited as a subsea engineer and ROV pilot, working for upstream companies like Nigeria Petroleum Development Company, the Total Energy. Then he moved to a small oil and gas startup called MG Valgas Limited. That was then a major player in NAOC, AGIP, land and offshore pipeline and crude oil storage infrastructure development and operation in Bayelsa State. During this role, he led infrastructure growth projects and was the mastermind of the conception and construction of the world-class Mount Zion Fabrication Yard, currently sited in Trans-Woju waterfront in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. He later joined the crude evacuation arm of Midwestern Oil and Gas, which was then the most successful marginal feed operators. This company called Umujini Pipelines Infrastructure Limited was and is a well-structured crude transportation and terminal operation startup. He joined to head the field operation and maintain team in Delta State to run the robust strategies put on ground by the promoters of that special purpose vehicle, which is still making waves today. He's currently the head technical of Energy Links Infrastructure Limited, another novel crude evacuation, storage, and sales terminal infrastructure startup, headquarters in Lagos, but operating in Boni. He is heavily involved in energy research, oil and gas, field operations, optimization, study, and is consulting for many organizations in the energy sector. in the energy sector. He has in the past 2 years ventured into renewable energy and electric vehicles as part of the commitments to energy transition to greener, more sustainable energy mining and consumption. He has mentored several young engineers, energy enthusiasts, and lectures management and energy-related programs virtually and in person for institutions and conferences globally. He's a registered engineer, an entrepreneur, a fellow of several professional body, an energy broker engaged in project management, business optimization, and crude evacuation studies, especially for startup and growing companies. You can reach out to Mr. Okeogene. Ubeche, that's his Gmail account there. You can send him a message if you want to have a private section. You can also join him or follow him on his various channels. So that is basically it. We would like to call Mr. Okeogene, please, if he's still available on the call. For those in energy, you will have a few classes with him. Mr. Okeogene.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all in Nigeria. If you are not, we it's our plan that will cut across Africa. So those of you that are not in Nigeria, good morning and good evening to you. We're quite excited to have a number of you. I see on the call we have about 72 participants, so that's a good one. JIPCC has started touching a lot of people, and I think that is the goal from the very, very beginning. So I want to welcome all of you, especially for being a part of what is going on here. JIPCC is a revolution that is going on in the industry and trying to empower young, starting particularly to empower young people in the legal field, undergraduates and graduates and those in law school. But the vision has gone far beyond that. I want to see those of you that are there. Let me be sure you are listening to me. Let me see the emojis there. Let me see your fire. Let me see you saying good afternoon. Let's participate in this, right? And that's one of the things I really want that you benefit from this mentorship. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you, Biri. So you have to be very engaged for you to get the best out of this. Friends, you'll be the same kind of person. But if you want to get engaged, in what is going on here, you will transform after 6 weeks, after 7 weeks. You will be a completely good person. Yeah, wonderful. I see a few emojis of people saying welcome, welcome, welcome. Excellent, excellent. Thank you all. Thank you all. So a few things I just wanted to pass through us so that the essence of this class is so that you understand the norms and how JIPCC operates. And from the mentor side, it's my duty to prepare you for the task ahead. So I'll just talk on a few words in terms of preparing for the task ahead. What is ahead of us is you engaging in this program. And I don't think JIPCC charged anybody for this program. You're only paying the token for the certificates you are getting. And this is very, very rare. You know, it is very, very rare. It is because it's a movement, it's a mandate that the co-founder and the founder had to ensure that knowledge is being shared. And that is the key for this program. Initially, this program was for IP mentoring of law students and young lawyers in providing advice, providing training, providing mentorship and discussion forum, industry updates and resources, and an opportunity for young lawyers still in the making to learn, across the African continent. But beyond that, for the past 2 years, we've seen this JIPCC metamorphose into something a bit different, going beyond IP law, going into several parts of this program, which we're also part of. We've seen artificial intelligence come to play. We've seen patents drafting again, that is also part of this fourth quarter we're having. The energy industry is also a new one that is coming in again to pay a plot. Fintech is also another area, health tech and law, blockchain, NFT and metaverse, and a lot that is being offered now. But this also was not how we started. And the vision is becoming bigger and bigger. How do you prepare for this in the next 6 weeks? How do you prepare for the next 7 weeks? That's what I've come here to prepare you for, so that you can actually get the best out of this program. Please, can you confirm you can hear me? Let it not be that I'm speaking and those of you are not hearing me. William, can you confirm you can hear me, please?
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
We can hear you, sir.
Excellent.
Loud and clear, sir.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Hussein. Thank you so much. So what are you going to learn from this program? You're not coming to waste your 6 weeks or 7 weeks. One of the reasons why this program came to bear is that the academic system that we have in Nigeria at the moment is not current enough to produce the quality of graduates that are required in today's world. Using myself as an example, some of the things that were studied back in school are obsolete. And in today's world, we're talking about AI, and nobody was taught AI in university. I don't know if anybody here in your study were taught about AI. You were taught about blockchain. And these are things that are very, very necessary. So the co-founder and the founder thought it necessary that there should be knowledge, sharing as regards to this knowledge in the industry, and so certain relevant parts that are very, very important in the legal field. And that was what gave birth to this. But as we are going up, as we go along, several demands began to come in for newer areas that are more important already. Several companies began to come to us to say, this particular area of our field has not been taught. Can you go into this? Can you tell us? Can you consult for us? Provide this information, and that is why the course offering is increasing and increasing. Today we have about 9 of them already, and I believe by next year we'll have up to 10, 15, and breaking forth. So, what are the expectations from us, mentors, or for the founder and the organizer of this particular mentorship and internship program? What is the expectation? Our expectation that you will have an open mind and you will be ready to collaborate. You'll be ready to work as a team. Some of the things that we did in our universities, we're not taught on how to work in a team. This is very, very important. In the industry, I find myself, I work as a team. I have a team I work with of 15 to 20 people. Some of us might not know how to do that, but upon this program here, you will learn to work as a team. You will learn to make presentations. I can see William has gone through this already, trying to talk you how to make presentations, not just making the presentations, but also working as a team. And for proofreading, also somebody as a team leader or somebody is going to come and present it. I mean, all these are some of the things you will learn. You will also meet mentors that will be your friends for life. Mentors are people that will handhold you in the industry to teach you the things that are relevant, to help you grow faster in your industry. Those are some of the offerings that you get here. Also research. In the university also, in my time, research is very, very difficult. Now you will learn to research. Your teammates, you see some people that are very, very vast. They know certain things. Because we cannot by ourselves read everything we need to know. Somebody might have read it, the person tells you about it, you pick that niche, that very important part. And these are some of the things. So working as a team is very important. Researching on agile topics that are important to the industry today, gain ideas from mentors, and a global exposure to knowledge. These are some of the things you get here. And I implore all of us here, let's take this very, very seriously. So Jiipcc is beyond the classroom knowledge. Right? Most of us are in the classroom. Some of us are here 200 level students. I've spoken to some of my people because I'm also a mentor and a mentee, right? So in my mentee class, I heard some of people talking about the knowledge, some of the things they are still in the university learning. Jiipcc is beyond the classroom knowledge, and it provides a niche service and knowledge gap for providing relevant knowledge at a time like this. So I really want everybody to be very, very keen, very, very ready. I've heard a lot of people talk here. A few of you are excited about it. Some have not shown the level of excitement because this is free knowledge. This is what Jiipcc is just giving to you free to bring you up to speed into this knowledge, to ensure that you meet your counterpart in the UK, in Canada. You're able to know as much as they know. And when you step into the industry, you become relevant from day one. And that is what they have done here. So a few things, one of the things I will ask for all of you that are on this call, about 72 of you on this call today, I want people to promise me that when you start this program, you are going to be very serious about it. And I wish the organizers of this program is supposed to have you to write an undertaking that you're not going to waste the knowledge that you're going to pass here. I'm not a legal practitioner. I'm an engineer, but I've seen the reason to be here. Intellectual property is one of the things that are important to me because as an engineer, I should be able to, craft out programs that will save the knowledge I put in the industry. So I need all of you here to promise me one thing. Promise me that you're going to have an open mind. Some of us have been taught in a particular way already in our university. Oh, this is how to learn. this is how to learn. No, but on this platform, you will unlearn, you will relearn, you will learn new things. So I want all of you to come with an open mind to learn, an open mind to deliver, or an open mind to see things from a different perspective from where we are. I want you, the second promise I want you to give me is to commit to learn. I want you to be committed. Somebody said that, oh, can we always have it by the weekends? No, it's not convenient. This service, you are not paying for it. You're only paying for the certificate. These mentors are busy. They are trying to eat. You know how challenging things are in Nigeria, but we are making our time beyond the weekends to teach you. On some classes hold on Thursday, some hold on Friday. We are the ones that are committed. Jiipcc and the organizer of this program are committed to make it. You only make your time available. Those of you that are working class or you're doing something, make out that time, because it's a particular time for 6 weeks. Talk to your employer that I am learning this and I need 2 hours of my time from 4 o'clock. Or you come earlier within the day and give that time already to your employer early enough. Let's not give excuses. This is what a lot of people are known why they're not getting to where they ought to go, because of excuses. The excuse mindset will not help you here. So you need to commit to learn, right? You need to commit to create out time to engage with your classmates. You guys are going to have time. You will have meetings. You have to commit. You have to make a promise to be there. Also, you have to make a promise to take this assignment seriously. You will be given a lot of assignments that will be very, very necessary in your future. If you don't take them seriously, you might be able to lose that value, even when it's being talked about, or somebody's making a presentation, or they're talking to the mentors are delivering real-time knowledge of what is going on in the industry today. And if you're not committed, if you don't take things seriously, you don't take your assignments seriously, you don't study that course before you come to the class, you might be able to miss it out, okay? Also, take it seriously that you are going to discuss what you have learned online. One of the things that is required of you is that you will go online also when you submit your articles that you have written, some of the presentations also. You have to go online and talk about some of all this kind of things. So you are able to reach out, because there is a mandate here. The vision is to reach out to about 1 million people across the continent. We also need you to go out there to spread this message. So those that are still living in ignorance, that don't know what is happening on this platform, Jiipcc has made it mandatory that all of us, we should go out there on LinkedIn or wherever we find ourselves to spread the word far and wide. And by doing that already, we are letting the world know we're bringing knowledge to the entire world, and which is part of what we want to do here. So these are the 5 promises I want people to promise me here today. Another one part, we promise to deliver world-class knowledge, right? State of the art. These are some of the things that we learn here. These are some of the things that we pick from Harvard. Some of the articles you are going to read again for this class are Harvard classified documents. You are going to read a document from Stanford University, from universities in Canada. And this exposure is very, very important to us today. And that is the commitment we have on this side to ensure that we share our knowledge, relevant knowledge with you today. Your duty is to make out time to be here. So these are the promises I need you to promise us. And by doing that also, we are going to achieve our goal as well as you achieve your goal. You have to appreciate Juliana Imam very, very much for creating out this initiative that is supporting also the co-founder, Joseph Obo. We have to really appreciate them. I really want all of us to give them a round of applause, because this vision is a very big one, and they have done a lot to ensure that we are all here. We are all byproducts of their dream, of this goal that they have. So can I see your emojis? Let's give a round of applause also to Juliana Imam and also the co-founder Joseph Obo. Let's appreciate them and thank them and say we have promised that we're going to give our best to this to ensure that we become relevant in the industry we find ourselves. To our society, we want to be relevant, and they have given us the platform. So once more, let me see your emojis. Let me see your emojis. Let's appreciate them and thank them. I believe that before we are going to finish this program, we'll have them come on board. They will talk to us. You'll get to know them. And for those of you that are coming to the class, you have mentors. Add them up on LinkedIn. Reach out to people on LinkedIn, your mentors. Reach out to them and learn. Ask questions, because knowledge is power. I believe by the end of this program, we'll be powerful, and we'll carry that power into the careers where we'll find ourselves. Thank you all very much. And I look forward to having sessions with you, those of you that are in the energy sector, those that are also my classmates, also the international property. I look forward to meeting with you. And I can guarantee you that you will never go, your career will never remain the same if you take this project very seriously. In fact, it's going to be your stepping stone, because you become more visible in your industry. On like myself, I write articles almost every month. I write an article. I've become more visible in my industry I'm not a thought leader. I provide information. Again, I think about things I learned here. I take it out there. I believe that is going to be your story as you go ahead. I want to see more emojis, more hands, appreciating the founder and the co-founder of Jiipcc. And I believe that very soon your career will take flight. And you're not looking for opportunities only in Nigeria. There have been testimonies of people that have written articles, the opportunities that have come from them from UK, opportunities that have come to them from Canada. If you make yourself visible enough, I believe that opportunities will come to you. Thank you all very much. And I look forward to engaging you when the session starts. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Okeogene. Mr. Okeogene is is a valued mentor. We thank you for making our time to speak to us. We really, really appreciate all you do for Jiipcc. Thank you so much, sir. So we want to go back to the question and answer section. For those who still have questions, please, can you go ahead and ask your question? I can see Sandra. Sandra, please go ahead and ask your question.
All right. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. So I've pasted my question in the chat box, but I just wanted to confirm if we could choose to either use or not use footnotes when we're writing our articles, because you said we can employ any referencing style, right? And I know there's the referencing that involves footnotes, that involves endnotes. So can we choose to use footnotes or not use footnotes when we're writing our article? And there's one other thing I wanted to say. You said you sent a PowerPoint example to most groups, but I don't think we have one of that on the energy group. I don't think there's an example of a presentation.
Okay.
Thank you.
About your question, for the firstly for the about the footnotes matter, you can choose to use a footnote or not. Just our major concern is that your work has a reference, something that people can refer back to when they read your work. So they can refer back to when they read your work. So footnotes, if footnotes works for you, you can do that. If it doesn't work for you and you just want to list the references after you've written, you can go ahead and do that. So about the example of the AI presentation I posted, I will repost it. I will do well to repost some of those messages that are important that you have missed. I will repost all of them on your groups, and please, you should go through them again and again in case if there's anything you have missed or anything you are not clear on. I'm sure some of those things that we have put on the group will answer those questions. So I will repost it after this class. Please go through them. The example is not for you to necessarily copy, it's just for you to see how it's supposed to be. Take examples of the key elements that are in the presentation and use it as an example for yours. So basically that's it for that. So if Unaya, please you can go ahead with your question.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So my question is in regards the articles. I just want to confirm, when we do write the articles and submit, can we post it on our personal, like LinkedIn or platforms, or is it the intellectual property of the Jiipcc?
Okay, I would refer this question to Mr. Hussein. Mr. Hussein, please can you answer?
Okay, yeah, you can post your articles on your platform, but we advise that you wait until we post, because when Jiipcc posts on our LinkedIn platform, we currently only post on the LinkedIn platform. So when we post on our LinkedIn platform, we tag you, like the particular mentee that has that article. So every mentee is tagged on your article. So when we tag you, we encourage that you can just repost it on your page so that your followers can also see. So you wait until Jiipcc posts, because we do some works on it. There's a watermark that we do on it, and we also put a disclaimer on it. So you wait until we post, then you can repost it on your page. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So Mr. Adeoye, please, we can hear you, please. Can you ask your question? Please go ahead and ask your question.
Good afternoon, everyone. My question is about I'm an applicant for the energy sector. Yeah. My question is about the scope of the course. I mean, are we just going to be talking about the energy sector in general, or are we going to be taking lessons regarding the legal aspect of the energy sector? So,
okay. This is your okay, Mr.
The
Osim
scope
wants
is not just the legal aspects. Okay, so the business aspects, every other aspect that you know, the onshore and offshore aspects of the energy industry is what you'll be covering. And we'll also try our best to send in the scheme of work to all groups. Like, or we are taking 7 courses this quarter. So we're going to send from week 1 to week 7 all the topics to energy. So you have the topics before the week. You already know the topics you are going to be having. So we'll also do that before the first class begins. I hope that answers your question.
all right. So so Torichukwu, please, you can ask your question. Can you hear me? Okay. Ifunaya, your hand is still raised. So please, if you have another question, you can ask.
Okay, Torichukwu hasn't asked the questions yet, right?
Yes, she hasn't.
All right, we are still
So
taking
Torichukwu,
questions. Okay, I think she's
I'm
unmuted.
sorry, I had network issues. Good evening.
Okay.
My question is regarding the
good evening.
article you said we were going to write. I registered for the entertainment law and business. So I think our first group question topic was the film business, and they had like other subtopics under it. So the article we are writing for those who aren't assigned a tax, whether being presenter or like the group tax, I'm asking, is it going to be like on the entire topic generally, or just like from the subtopics or something like that?
Okay, the article should be on the general topic.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, the article should be on the general. Okay, I'm looking at the article now for group 2, for the energy industry group, and I believe we have group 1 and group 2, right? So for the group 2 members, your article should cover all the subtopics of group 2, and for the group 1 members, your article should cover all the subtopics of group 1. I hope you understand that.
Sorry, sir. Good afternoon. I'm on the energy group, and I don't think there were subtopics under the topic.
Okay.
Yes, we just had the fossil fuel industry, just that broad topic.
Yeah, we have some topics like that that doesn't have subtopic. But I think that's fossil fuel. It has subtopic. I would look for it and send it back to Dennis. So Dennis will be sharing it on your group to help you facilitate your research on the fossil fuel industry. Thank you very much for bringing that up.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So do we have any more questions? Is there anybody still left unanswered or anything that this section is basically for you? We want to get your contribution, we want to hear from you so that at least we can make the experience worthwhile, we can make it more beneficial for you. So if there's any question left unanswered, please go ahead and ask.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Dennis.
Yeah, good afternoon.
All right. Once again, I want to say thank you so much to you and the other organizers. I really appreciate this opportunity given. All right. So what I actually have is not like a question, it's more like an inquiry.
Okay.
As to the background of Jiipcc. So I don't know how we can actually download it from our end and then have it on our own background as well for those persons who will actually want to have it.
What background? Are you talking about the Zoom background?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
All right. That will also be shared on your groups.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. So before we move on to more questions, I have a few contributions I want to make. I think I noticed this from our past mentees, and I see some kind of mistake they make. So I wouldn't want our new mentees to also make this type of mistake. So understanding the scheme of the way the program works, you guys are given you guys are being grouped to different groups, and you guys are being given tasks for the week. How it works is that a person that is the group leader for this week will not be the group leader for next week. So we try to see how we shuffle it. So at the end of the program, you would have been a group leader, or you would have presented, or you have written an article. So that's the goal of everything. So when you are a group leader, I believe you now know how what the responsibilities of a group leader is. When you are doing it yourself, you tend to be under that pressure to make sure that everything is in point, everything is in place, and you guys have the best presentation. And I think also there's a message that was sent to say you guys are being awarded during the week for the best group. And there's a criteria for awarding the best group. So for those groups where we have group 1 and group 2, for example, your PowerPoint presentation, when you make your PowerPoint presentation on the session where our mentors are available, I believe our mentors will commend the best people that made the best presentation. So we encourage everyone to be at your best. We might assign somebody to make a presentation. For example, we assigned, let's say, Damilola to make presentation for group 1, and we assigned Williams to make presentation for group 2. And on the group discussion, Damilola might come clean and say, I'm not really good in making presentation. Somebody should teach me how to make presentation. So you guys can just have a mini Zoom session where Damilola makes the presentation to you people, and you guys judge Damilola to make sure that Damilola presentation skills is boosted. Do you understand? So you guys should see how you guys can work as a team. Working as a team doesn't just mean when they give you your tasks, you do your tasks and you just go and sit down. No, it means when someone in your team is lacking behind, you guys as a team, you guys pull the person and you guys help the person out. And also, secondly, if we know that everybody cannot be available in all weeks, so there's also a link for absence. There's an absence link. If you are going to miss a session for an emergency situation or unforeseeable circumstance, you can fill in the emergency the absence link. After filling the absence link, you send the coordinators of Jiipcc a message that you'll be absent, and you also send your group leader for the week a message that you will be absent, so that let's say you are the one assigned to make PowerPoint presentation, the group leader can, one of the people writing article for the week who will volunteer to be the PowerPoint presenter, because our presenter for the week is sick. I'm just using sickness as an example. Our PowerPoint presentation presenter for the week is sick. So who will volunteer? So before the meeting, somebody has already volunteered and the person is already preparing, so that on that day of the call of the meeting where our mentors are present, you guys won't be lagging behind. When other groups are presenting, you guys will not have a presenter. So you guys should help each other. And if anyone is having any issues, it's very encouraging that you bring it up immediately to your group. And if I made mention of every other group member aside the group leader. So if you are also assigned the group leader and you are you are in a place where you cannot make that role of a group leader, you reach out to your group members, you talk to your group members and try and see if they can assign someone else to take your role as the group leader. So we all know that this part of the world, there's electricity issues and there's network issues. So these are also factors that will hinder getting your work done as a group leader and either a group member or presenter. So if you know you are in a situation, or you are in a community, or you are in a place where there's no electricity, try and have someone, one or two people's number from your group, that even if you don't have access to internet, you can just call them on normal call, and you can tell them that, okay, this is the current situation I'm in, and please let someone fill out for me. So I believe the main objective of grouping you people is that you people should work as a team. So people should make sure that communication is really strong between the group members. So that's my little contribution. I can see Jessica's hand is raised. I don't know if she had a question.
Yes, I do. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah,
Okay,
good
so
evening.
I just want to confirm if blockchain technology is also part of these courses that we are to choose, because in the absent form, I saw that blockchain technology, NFT, and metaverse were there, but in the offer letter, it's not there. There are just 7 of them. So is it part of fintech?
Okay. Blockchain. We are not taking. We are supposed to take all the courses that you see in our flyer when we are soliciting for mentees. We are supposed to take all the courses, but in a case where we only have one mentee that sign up for blockchain, let's say for example, the courses we are not taking this quarter is blockchain, NFT and metaverse, and patent drafting. So those 2 courses, we are not taking them because the amount of mentees that signed up are very, very poor, like very low. So we can't have our mentors on the call with just 2 mentees. And let's say, give an example where the 2 mentees are sick and God forbid, hospitalized, for example. That call will now be cancelled. So we don't want to have that kind of a situation. So currently, on this quarter, we don't have blockchain and NFTs and metaverse on this quarter because the mentees that signed up are very low. But we might have it in the next quarter, which is first quarter of 2024. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. So we are still taking questions while we are trying to round up the session for today. So any more questions, please feel free to ask. The session is supposed to be very interactive. So don't be afraid that your question doesn't sound right. Just ask them so that you can get clarity, and you can always reach out to Mr. Dennis or myself to ask any more question you have after the session. And okay, I just remembered. So for those of us that are being added to the group after the first time they added everybody to the group, after they've sent the onboarding messages, after they sent the group responsibility, for those of us that are being added to the group, we as Jiipcc, we owe you to send you privately those messages you've missed on the group. The message you sent on the group are very much, so we can't keep repeating them on the group. So when you are being added, let's say a day before the program starts, we'll send you a direct message briefing you on everything you missed on the group. So we hope that you just jump in from where we are, so you just continue. And every group member on the group and the group leader also owes every new mentee that responsibility to bring them on board. I know when a new group member comes, for example, this session that we have today now, and somebody joined this class, IP class, for example, and the person has missed this session that we had today on this call, the person would have a lot of questions, just like every one of you have had questions here. You owe them that responsibility to explain things to them. Even before they come to Jiipcc, you owe them that responsibility. Okay, this is how things are done. This is how things are done. So you guys should be looking out for each other. When a new person is added on the group, try and see how you can as a group leader or as a group member, any question that they ask that you have knowledge of the correct answer to the question, you answer them. If you don't have a correct answer to the question, you refer them to the Jiipcc team. So we'll still be taking in new mentees up to the second week. So we are still taking, first week of the program is next week. So, sorry, we are taking new mentees up to the second week before we stop taking mentees. So we anticipate that those mentees will have a lot of questions to ask. And this session is always on the Zoom, on YouTube. Sorry, the session we are having today is live streamed. Every session that you are going to be having with Jiipcc will be live streamed on YouTube, so you can always go back to get whatever you miss. And some of the links to the calls so will also be shared. Even this onboarding session that we are having, the link to the onboarding session on YouTube will also be shared after this program. So anybody that missed anything can always go back to listen and learn. We are still taking in questions, so that's just where I want to chip in. Mr. Dennis, you can continue.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hussein. I can see Justice, your hand is up. Please, can you go ahead with your question?
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Dennis. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening, we can hear you.
So I wanted to ask if two questions actually, which are related. One, can someone do multiple, because I am in entertainment law, can someone be doing multiple programs, like maybe tech and also entertainment law concurrently? Can someone be running concurrently? That's number one. Number two, can someone come back maybe for the next quarter? If I can't run it concurrently, can someone always come back after finishing this program? Can someone always come back for another quarter?
Okay, to your question, firstly, yes, you can run multiple courses concurrently, side by side, you can run them. It may be a bit demanding, right? Having to participate actively in, let's say, entertainment, business, and law, and still participate in health tech and law, right? It may be a bit demanding, but it's possible. If you're able to do that, that's fine with you. But if you are in a condition or a situation where you cannot give your full attention to both courses simultaneously, right? There's also the option to defer, right? Okay, I'd like to give an example. There was a student who reached out to me, a mentee rather, who reached out to me saying, because of his frame of work and that, he may not necessarily be able to keep up. So he asked me if he could defer. So he asked me if he could defer the course. So I told him it's possible. He sent me a mail rather. So he sent a mail. So we answered that question. You can defer to the next quarter, and you will be gladly, you'll be allowed to continue with your program, depending on what you want or what you have ability to do, right? So that's basically it.
All right, thank you, sir. So I'm still unclear whether we can come for the next quarter, like after finishing this one. Can I apply?
Okay. Okay, yes, you can. Like, for instance, you did entertainment, business, and law. You want to register for another course next semester? Yes, you can.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Okay. I cannot really see anyone raising their hand. Okay, we've actually gone like an hour and 30 minutes on this call and the likes. So we want to thank everyone to join this onboarding. It's more like just an introduction to Jiipcc and what Jiipcc does. So Mr. Hussein has very any form of confusion you may have about the program. So we want you to give your best. I want to salute every group and the steps they are beginning to take as regards the task that has been given. I can see like some people are already like really making good advances with their work. So I want to thank those guys that have already begun to work on their work and the efforts they are putting in. I also want to encourage those who are lagging behind currently with their tasks. I noticed that some groups are yet to be created. I've tried to reach out to the group leaders of some, and I've not really gotten good responses from them. So I will still try and see if I can communicate with them. And if that is not possible, I will just reassign roles so that at least the group members. And I encourage you, if you are tied or you are assigned to a particular group, please do well to try to reach out to your group leader. If your group leader is not active, you can reach out to me. We can work around this so that you guys get to do your work and do it on time. You do it on time. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. We have Mr. Joseph, Obo Joseph. He's the co-founder. He's here on the call. We want to thank him for joining. Mr. Joseph, sir, do you have anything you want to share with the house? Yes, sir. Mr. Joseph, do you have any message for us? Anything you would like us to?
Yeah, it's really great to be here, and I really want to say that I'm very excited that all of us who have joined in for the mentorship program, our assurance basically is that you would not regret the hours and the days and the weeks that you are going to put into the program. The only final thing I would say beyond saying thank you to us all is that see the mentorship program as an opportunity hunt. And what I mean basically is that do the best you can to engage with your mentors as much as possible during your sessions. Try and look in between the lines. You might just find that somebody may say something that might be the reason why you may start a business in certain area. You might also have opportunities in certain area. Just look out for any opportunity. I think that's the watchword basically, and I'm sure that the program would definitely be in line with your expectations, if possible, even exceed your expectations. You guys are all welcome on board. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dennis, for the opportunity to speak here. Cheers.
Thank you very much, sir. With that, I believe we've covered a lot. Any further questions, you can send me a direct message, or you can send Mr. Hussein a direct message. Thank you so much for being on call. Thank you for your time. Looking forward to see you guys in class. Please enjoy the rest of your day, and good day. And goodbye, rather.